at Boston.
So
Granted, neither of them had much time though.
LGD is a team that does very well on online tournaments and less so on LAN tournaments, and I think LFY is the flip side. When you have like really experienced players like Yao and Xiaowei, when the crunch time comes, things happen. But you can make an argument right now that it is crunch time for LFY. They lose this game, they are out. So they will open up the draft with a Slaughter, and now followed by Clockwork. Again, both these heroes could be support, could be off lane. We'll see how exactly they go. I really need to start practicing these like Slaughter supports and Clockwork supports, because I definitely think they add quite a bit of different oomph to your team, as opposed to playing like traditional supports like CM and Rubik. They're just tankier. They just initiate better.
Yeah, I think the main thing is initiation. Traditional supports are much stronger defensively in lane, and they're all about crowd control.
Good at fighting from
in
range.
ganks. Yeah, exactly. But these new trends are about bringing in people who can, I guess, start fights as opposed to help finish fights.
Yep. Oh, that's actually a good one for both starting fights and finishing a fight, Disruptor. I've seen some very good kind of pre-casted storms. Like if you expect Slaughter to blink on top of you, you just storm right on top of you yourself. He blinks into your storm and he just like feels dumb, and you feel like a G.
Aside from the times that you whiff it and then you're like, of course I meant to...
And misclick, it's fine.
Yeah, exactly. And I can see why LGD banned out Lifestealer as well. Not only has LFY been known to make use of it, especially with a Slardar, but it also is a big counter to Disruptor as well, being able to just rage through glimpses and through kinetic fields.
Okay, we're gonna see that support Slaughter now. Pretty sure. Now with the Darkseer selection, we've seen this combination being used to great effects earlier today. I think it was the 5 melee versus 5 range game
that's the one
that we casted, and he was really giving hissy fits to, I believe it was a Drow Ranger plus a Witch Doctor safe lane. But the fact that you reveal your off lane so early allows LGD to plan around it. I feel like LGD could now just pick something that's decent against this.
Such as what, though? Because this is a really mean duo lane to deal with, though.
I mean,
like, not many heroes can do it.
If you really care about the Iron Shell, Oracle's still in the pool, right? You could just take away all that Iron Shell and suddenly it's just 2 melee heroes running at you. If you want tanky heroes that can survive, I was going to suggest Juggernaut, because you could easily spin away from Iron Shell damage or the Slithering Crush, but seems like LGD, they don't want to play against Juggernaut or with the Juggernaut.
You know Oracle has the 5th lowest pub win rate right now?
I think he's a very difficult hero to understand.
He is, but I feel like in previous patches he wasn't that low. Like he was like, let me look up.
Well, he also got nerfed hugely, right? He's got a base damage nerf. His Purifying Flame got nerfed in terms of mana cost. Yeah, when he first came out, I was spamming him to win some easy MMRs, but that was a different era.
Yeah, I guess he's actually been sitting at a pretty low percentage even in 6.88 as well. That's surprising because I remember him when he was a menace and Fate's Edict was like the best spell in the game because it was like, hey, have a free double damage rune every time you cast this on an enemy.
Yeah, those were the days.
Reserve time.
Yeah, but even like in competitive games, I'm not really seeing him that frequently, and I remember him being picked specifically as a counter pick to Darkseer. That just doesn't seem to be the case now.
I mean, whenever you saw a counterpick or go against your Darkseer, Darkseer just says, okay, I'm going to jungle. And suddenly you have an Orgo that's a little bit awkward in the game. Because I actually think that during the team fights, when that happens, Orgo really hates being vacuumed into a wall. Like, there's really nothing you could do at that point, so...
Yeah, but, I mean, even like against a Slardar, for example, being able to purge off Corrosive Haze... Being able to purge off Seer's Surge, I see potential, but I just haven't been seeing Oracle in professional games at all recently.
Yeah, I mean we've been seeing more of the Bruiser supports instead,
exactly.
Right? Yeah,
hence the Clockwork and the Slaughter,
yeah. We're not sure whether this is a Clockwork support or not, but even Clockwork support is pretty good against these two, right? Like, you just put them in the safe lane. You see them running in, you just cogs. There's not much Slaughter Darkseer could do against that.
Assuming he doesn't already have an Ion Shell up.
Yeah. Somebody in chat is asking why LC ban. It's because LGD plays LC very well. They play it in safe lane, they play it mid, they play it off lane. Ooh. Yo, we're gonna see them cog soul thing.
Yeah, I guess so.
He's gonna
I don't
roll
think we're
out.
gonna see an ag on Shadow Fiend though.
No, I mean he's gonna roll out the base with like plus 16 damage.
Oh, that's what you mean.
Yeah,
Oh,
he can start hitting his own cogs.
That's right.
Yeah.
I did hear about that.
That's actually a huge deal. Like the fact that your Shadow Fiend walks in a lane with like 2 free Wraith Bands. Well, not Wraith Bands, but you know what I mean, like 2 Blaze of Attacks.
Yeah, right.
Or
Okay.
are they called Claws of Attack now? I don't know what they're actually called.
No, it's Blades of Attack.
Okay.
They look like claws though. So who do you send mid if you're LFY then?
The traditional counter has been, what, Viper, right? But I'm not sure if Viper is actually good when Shadow Fiend has that much base damage early.
Yeah, because Nethertox is not going to really beat out Necromastery in terms of damage or
Yeah.
for last hits and denies.
And I definitely
And
don't think you could, like, put Tiny...
No,
Yeah.
definitely not.
Oh, actually, it
Which
was...
is
sorry, it was Maybe that was playing the Tiny, not Alpha, but...
Oh yeah, so then I guess maybe he's going to be playing Shadow Fiend now?
Yep. And it would not surprise me
Maybe-
a single bit if he goes into a Shadow Blade build.
Yeah,
Even-
exactly. That's what I was thinking.
Even though there's a Slaughter on the team, like, on the other side. Maybe you don't want to go to Shadow Blade for that precise reason, but he to me is a player that likes to, like, roam around and find solo kills.
Which I suppose I've been seeing Yules make somewhat of a comeback on Shadow Fiend, despite it getting nerfed substantially for Shadow Fiend in terms of the cast range, and I think the build-up is more expensive as well. But it's still really good whenever you can set up for a Requiem, especially against targets like a Darkseer or Slaughter. Ursa, probably not, because Ursa can just enrage as soon as he touches the ground, and since it's instant, you'll probably beat the cast animation, but
Yep.
everyone else will be food.
So the game plan that LGD is going for is the Blink Slaughter Crush into an assassination by whoever, by Ursa, right? Mostly onto whoever. Vengeful Spirit is a decent save. Disruptor is a decent save if you could storm on top of whoever they're going on. But I don't know. I feel like this is a very good game plan by LGD. If executed properly, they should be in a good shape.
Yeah, and it's definitely a good idea to last ban this Drow Ranger, because... Oh, wow, okay.
That's super interesting. That's going to be the mid matchup.
greedy.
Yeah, that's going to be the superhero as well, since we're on.
Hey.
Yeah, is that a good pick?
I don't know, actually. Because Mystic Snake will definitely cause issues for Shadow Fiend in lane. He is
Yeah.
not really tanky enough to eat snakes, and with fewer runes, Shadow Fiend can't really rely on being able to just push out the wave and then regen up through bottle regen. So I don't know, actually.
Ooh, Morphling is the final pick. That should be the Ame hero, although the team sometimes does switch up the core and the mid hero. I guess Medusa is like the ultimate middle finger in terms of like team fights, right? You just can't actually do anything. You just have to run. And Ursa likes people trying to run away from them. To me, it's how good the Stone Gaze timing is versus the cogs. Because if you Stone Gaze and LGD gets to like drop a cog or in the kinetic field and just like run away freely, then that's a big ultimate that's like essentially baited out. Then LGD gets to re-engage with Clockwork Hook, gets to re-engage with Glimpse. So yeah, it's definitely a very risky pick in my opinion.
Oh, Disruptor got the first deny on the cogs.
Oh, they're hitting it already?
Yeah, they're hitting it in the base, which means that... Okay, so... VS is gonna go TP. Okay, let's try this again. One
There
hit.
you go.
Okay, there we go.
2 hits?
There we go.
3 hits?
There we go.
Alright, that's 3 damage. They're gonna sit here for a while, right? Of course,
Of course.
Jasing can actually help the deny because he just one-hit kills cogs. What an OP hero. 1.
2, 1,
Hey.
1,
Hey. There you go.
Alright then. Solid souls from mechanical units.
He could get more. But I
He
guess,
could.
yeah. Maybe they'll continue this trend at the rune spot? Right now.
Oh.
Hey. Oh.
Oh no!
Oh. Oh.
Oh!
Oh! Did not communicate. Did not communicate.
Come on,
Go like
guys.
3 o'clock, 5 o'clock, 8 o'clock. You know.
Yeah.
Let's go.
This is where you pause
Yep.
and you say mic issues. Oh, okay.
Oh.
What?
All right. They
Shameful.
need. They need more practice. They need more
Shameful
practice.
display.
This is also in the laboratory. Has not been practiced enough.
I'm surprised that LFY didn't go for a rune challenge. They know that they were going for this. And, like, what the hell is the Necromastery Shadow Fiend gonna do? What's a Clockwork gonna do? You
I don't know.
Easily contest a rune.
You could cog him in, and he hits you with now more damage. Shadow Fiend.
Yeah, I don't think a Slardar and an Ursa are very concerned about that.
Well, even though we did not get the full whatever 18 soul it was a level 1, still pretty decent.
18 bonus damage, yeah, I
Yeah.
guess that's
Oh,
okay.
this
I
is-
guess it's okay.
This is already maxed out, right? He's fine.
No, he has 18 max souls, which means 36 damage. He only has 9 souls right now.
Okay, so they could have got like twice as much. Yeah.
Yeah, twice as much.
I'm surprised they didn't do it a little bit more. But,
Well, I mean, clearly they were having massive communication issues. This team is going to disband very quickly, clearly.
Super. I mean, I don't know how Super is gonna win this lane, honestly. Like, this is not a favorable matchup by any stretch of the
He's doing
imagination.
damage to Maybe. Maybe is very interested in right now just getting last hits, getting more Necromastery stacks, and Super actually went for Mystic Snake at 1, so he was trying to deal damage. I guess Shadow Fiend, I mean, he has boots in his quick buy. I don't know if he gets a salve, so yeah. I guess he's probably not going to go for a bottle.
Why Salve when you could Shrine?
True. That is true. Yeah, I don't know, actually.
I mean, you can't last it while Shrining, I guess. That's a big difference. And it's much
Yeah,
faster
I-
to Salve. Yeah.
Yeah, and he couldn't push out the wave with Raze quite yet. It's only level 1. He's last hitting like a monster, though. 9 last hits and 12 denies. That's amazing.
Well, he's up to that 18 now, so 90 damage casually, 2 minutes in. So what is
Yeah.
Medusa supposed to do against this?
Lose the lane.
Look at how many denies he's got. He's got 13 denies already. Oh,
he's
most of it are the
crushing it.
cogs, right? Like, never mind. Do they
that's
actually
true,
count?
actually. Yeah, never mind.
Yeah.
But still, he's definitely denying a fair amount.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, top lane, Rubik getting battery assaulted. One more proc! Oh, he dies.
Sorry, I'm watching bottom as Venture Spirit got initiated on as well. But Justine will go down regardless. Oh, time to last hit them cogs. Alright, 16.
See, it goes both ways. Everyone gets in on COG killing these days.
Yeah.
Someone's dropped out like a kid in school.
Yeah, I'm still very interested in this mid lane matchup.
I mean, he's
I
not
kind of
very.
almost feel like they should have sent Ursa mid.
And we're back.
I think Ursa's gonna struggle even further, right? He's gonna just get right clicked every time he comes into the.
Yeah, but Ursa has tons of armor, and if he goes for something like a Pro Man Shield, oh man, Jishing's getting low again, but PPC has Fade Bolt, but he can't get in range because his range creep was slowing him down. Yeah, so I think if you go for a Poor Man's Shield as Ursa, you have a better time in the mid lane than Dusa does. And Dusa's gonna get free farm in the safe lane, because Clockwork he's gonna have the same issue. He can't really get close, he's gonna get freaking Mystic Snakes all day long.
I think what they expected out of the safe lane a bit more was the Clockwork dying more. Clockwork has not. I mean, he's died, but like he's actually doing stuff here too. So
Yeah, Clockwork's having a grand old time in this lane. He's level 4. He's, I mean, making life hard for this Rubik, who would probably like to rotate mid and kill this Shadow Fiend, but you can't leave this Ursa alone with the Clockwork right now.
okay, raises.
24 souls, 108 damage.
Ooh, there's a dire scan on their own shrine. Expecting some sort of rotation here by just seeing, which he was missing from top. So good guess.
Either by Jishing or this Slardar. Oh wait, no, never mind. Yo, it was a dire scan.
Yeah.
Never mind. Yeah, I don't know what they were expecting. They have this ward.
Yeah.
So I feel like it would have seen Jishing, but I don't know.
I think Justin was actually going for the rune snipe, and then maybe you make that
Oh, okay.
transition to
Right.
gank mid. Oh, ooh, that cogs is not what you want. Monet's going to work, but tower is helping out. Monet's going in
Go
deep.
for it.
He's
He
dead.
gets stunned!
You
Oh
never,
my god.
ever walk out of the
Second
cogs.
cog burn.
Yeah. Well, Justin is doing more than fine now. He's winning the lane as a melee hero against Ursa.
Oh god, maybe. You are. That is not the time or the place.
Yep.
Mystic Shield is up. Yeah, you're dead.
He did the only correct thing, which is try to get a kill before he dies, but way too many heroes.
And even Ursa immediately came back, helped participate in that, and now he wants vengeance on Jishing, but Jishing, Tranquil Boots Windlace, this dude is way too fast. 420 Blazed move speed right now, yeah, he's not going to be able to catch him.
Yeah.
What's happening?
You know, I'm really happy that we're seeing like Clockwork every game, and at least in this game he's doing super well, because Clockwork's just a very exciting hero to watch.
You say that now, but if this trend keeps up and he becomes the offlaner of 7, I think you're going to get sick of him.
I mean, he's definitely gonna make my life difficult because I play these like squishy supports that just dies with Clockwork Hooks. But I don't know. I just think he adds a lot of unique things to Dota, like the vision, the ganks that he provides,
That's true.
and the outplays. Speaking of outplays,
Shall
gets off a
Stunned.
crush, but tower is gonna go down to Ame.
Ame wasn't even sweating, didn't even start morphing. He knew he was fine.
Ooh, Ame has a casual Blightstone. You know, when Blightstone first came out, I'm like, dude, Core should just buy it for that casual tower push.
That's what I thought, but then a lot of cores started buying Quelling Blade all over the place. Like, I saw a ton of ranged Quelling Blades in 6.88, and that confused me, because I felt like Blightstone would be better in most situations because of the tower push.
Well, now it is,
But-
right? Because Calling Blade gives the flat damage, whereas essentially
Right.
this is percentage damage, so
Exactly.
there you go.
So, I guess I could kind of see why, like, a lot of Drow Rangers were building it. Even a lot of Morphlings I was seeing Quelling Blade, but I'm glad casual Blightstone is becoming a thing, because
Yeah.
I'm a big fan of the item.
We were just ahead of our times.
Yeah, exactly.
And surprisingly, despite the Shadow Fiend damage that he started with, it's Ame that's actually hitting better.
Hook
now?
shot in onto the Rubik. Yeah,
he
PPC is dead.
Yep. Well, very similar to Game 1 fashion, LGD is winning 2 out of 3 lanes. Game 1 they were winning all the lanes.
Yeah, but mid lane hasn't been going as poorly as I was expecting. Like, Super is still, like, he's managed to hit level 6. Obviously, maybe is crushing him in last hits right now, but, I mean, it's a deuce that you kind of expect her to lose this lane.
But here's the thing, right? Shadow Fiend in about 2-3 minutes is going to be hitting your tier 1 towers. This is a legitimate concern. Like, what is the answer? I guess Xiao 8 with his Blink Dagger timing is the answer?
I mean, Super with a Mystic Snake itself, I feel, is pretty good defense against a Shadow Fiend push. Because Shadow Fiend will raise out one wave, and Medusa, oh man, Yao bot lane. He was going shopping.
Well, he has now more time to think about what he wants to buy.
Oh, why aren't they farming the wall? The new thing to do is farm the wall.
That is the
Sit
most
there.
idiotic thing that
No,
I've seen.
it's maximum efficiency. The most maximum efficiency there is.
Or you could just go hit a neutral camp and get more gold.
No. That's not, doesn't give the same satisfaction.
And you don't take
I-
damage.
You want this Darkseer to look at his wall. Oh yeah, Ame? Come on, walk into it. You know you want to. Man. Yeah. I mean,
That illusion that he makes probably hits him way harder.
That's a good point, actually.
He's on all edge right now. Well,
Ame has a Perseverance right now, so I'm assuming a Lincoln's here, but I don't really know why. I guess Telekinesis, but I don't really think that's enough for a Lincoln's.
I mean, it's just a good regen item too.
I mean, yeah, that's why I hate whenever I can't build a Lincoln's, but I don't force myself into it just because of the regen, though. I build it because they're good spells to block. I guess Corrosive Haze is another one, but at the same time, Corrosive Haze is really good to just pop the Lincolns.
Yeah. I'm not sold about the Lincolns myself either. Like, if you want regen, I think a bottle is a fine thing to have on Morphling, especially when there's so many runes on the map.
Or even Helm, actually. I think Helm is pretty good on Morphling now.
Yeah, it does give you quite a bit of stats, so...
Yeah, and attack speed, the regen, I think it's all good on Morphling.
Yeah.
And I mean, of course, if you can bring a creep around with you, like we've been seeing with Luna Helms.
Yeah. Luna Helms also has a 0% win rate, so maybe...
True.
Well, I guess this is really true to traditional LGD fashion, like past 6 years ago. This is what Xiaowei made a name for. Lose every lane, defend in high ground, with heroes like Medusa and Magnus and Darkseers and all that jazz.
Lose lanes, win games.
Yeah. The problem is they have Ursa. Ursa's not one of those heroes that you could lose lanes and win games with. He needs to be snowballing every step of the way. And he is not really doing that well. Roshan could be a comeback point, and it seems like LGD in this game in particular has not been... Well, I should say that Rocket Flare checks Roche. So no, they on point. They know.
Ame TP's out, and he's just fine bot lane. Yeah, I guess this Ursa really is kind of... He's on board with whatever Zhao Eight's plan is, because he's completing the full Vlads. He could have just stuck with the Morbid Mask, but he completes the full Vlads, and now he's going to go for Blink Dagger.
Yeah. Beat down.
Which I guess, if he did complete the Blink Dagger first, there aren't very many good targets to go for. Morphling will be able to survive most of the supports, like Disruptor can just glimpse you out.
No,
VS,
no.
I guess you could go on.
Disruptor just dies before the glimpse even completes. So
Really?
Yeah. Like if he pops Overrage and his ult, like you kill Disruptor. Because that little
Okay.
ball of light takes a while to travel out.
That's yeah, I guess that's true.
It's my concern is like the Shadow Fiend push is now starting. Looks like he's gonna go for the Dragon Lance for the safer push, and they just have nothing. The Slaughter is not
They have
online.
Mystic Snake. They have
Okay.
Mystic Snake. They have Fade Bolt. I have faith in the anti-push of LFY right now.
All right, Mystic Snake did not save the top tier one. Is all I'm saying.
That's true, but Medusa wasn't there. Now, I mean, this is her territory. This is her house in the mid lane.
All right.
I mean, they have lost, like, a lot of structures. That's 2 tier 1s down for LFY, and they're just straight chilling right now. Yao is super poor on this Darkseer, so while he is interested in completing a mech at some point, and then LFY might group up, it's gonna be a while. So hopefully they at least fight for mid tier 1 if LGD does start pushing it.
You know, a week and a half ago when I was casting the LFY game, so Long Clockwork Hook finds the Darkseer, actually breaks the cogs. Interesting. And then pops a Blade Mail to stand in his way. Ursa's coming in, but there's a good storm. Victoria's gonna be fine here. No, Mystic Snake's gonna get the kill. Maybe he's gonna let it loose on the Requiem. That was a stolen ultimate by PPC, letting them know what's up. And Super, well, they actually win that one big team fight despite being initiated upon. I gotta say, I did not expect that coming. And now Zhao Eight going for a little bit more, misses the crush. I thought for sure that was gonna hit.
Dash. Yeah, I'm surprised. Stairs are deceiving. And XZ with this medallion, despite being Corrosive Haze, still has 2 armor and so was actually not taking that much damage.
Back in
mid lane.
Yeah, Ame forced to go back a little bit in terms of strength. Yeah, what went wrong in that team fight? Was that the stolen Static Storm or?
No, Stolen Static Storm was just like on top of it. The fact that Mystic Snake was able to bounce into like 3 heroes did a ton of damage. And while they focused a lot on the Ursa was surviving. He was enraged the whole time.
Yep.
He was underneath the Static Storm, but he wasn't dying.
Yep. And no Requiem. That team fight was.
Also true. The Shadow Fiend entered the fight pretty late, and once he finally did, Rubik also entered the fight, and I mean, as much damage as Shadow Fiend deals, he is famously poor at taking what he can dish out, and yeah, he died very, very quickly, especially against Corrosive Haze damage.
Alright, looks like he's gone for the plus 20 attack speed in terms of talent. Pretty good one if you're looking to Dragonlance and Siege buildings. Which he currently, I imagine.
Yeah, if he was going to go for the Yules, I imagine he would have gone for the movement speed. It doesn't seem like that'll be the case.
Yeah.
Oh, and Jixing pops his smoke.
Okay. Good stuff.
Zhao Monet backs out. And yeah, this Ursa still has not gone for Roche yet. He's around 700 gold away from Blink Dagger, so probably won't do it before he completes Blink.
I don't think he will go for Roche unless he kills the Clockwork, because it's just too easy for Clockwork to mess it up and buy enough time for people to TP onto that shrine. And now instead it's going to be LGD taking
Yeah.
advantage of the fact that they have presence of the Dark Lord, as well as the medallion. And that's an easy rush.
Man, I hope this doesn't turn back into Roche getting freaking half damage on Medallion. I was so happy when I saw it be reverted. And now I'm seeing a lot of early Roches all over again. Hook shot does not connect. But in comes the glimpse. Super glimpsed back, activates Stone Gaze. But he's under a lot of ults.
Okay, well. Storm stolen again here, or was that the old Storm? Not sure. And now it's going to be Monet getting the kill.
Radiant's bottom.
Yeah, it was the first steal.
They're fighting into the shrine. The glimpse again. This time it's going to be on Slaughter. That was a long ass glimpse. They get the quick kill. Back wall by Yao here. They're trapped under there. Maybe he's fighting in his own illusions, taking a ton of damage. He still has the Aegis. Would not die there. Alright. That glimpse should give away the fact that there is a high ground ward, so LFY support should definitely clean that one up.
Yeah, that was the ward that VS placed while trying to escape from the first fight, which went much poorly compared to this fight. This fight, they basically trade, I guess, non-critical heroes, but Stone Gaze is down now.
Yep.
And I guess that gives confidence for LGD to push, in addition to maybe having this Aegis.
He's still somewhat scared. They don't
Yeah.
have their own static storm either, so Victoria really cannot allow that static storm steal to ever happen again, because it is backbreaking for their team.
I don't know why I'm seeing so many teams just not press advantages right now. Like, last game, they were just kind of sitting around. This game, I feel like LGD is in a good position, but they're not really doing very much with it.
I think they are.
Aegis.
I mean, they might not be hitting your buildings, but they're taking a ton of map control. Like, for example, maybe just took a bounty rune from LFY side of the map, right? It's not a big thing, but those small things tend to add up, and they will press for a tier 2 right here. And actually might just go high ground to force some TP back.
Yeah, maybe has a DD rune, but nope. They're gonna play it cool. Maybe TPs to the top lane, Morphling TPs to the mid lane. And Morphling doesn't really have much, so I guess it kind of makes sense. Morphling just has the Lincolns completed. Has Boots of Travel recipe, and so I guess that's going to be next. LGD is definitely banking on late game, not really too interested in the earlier mid game, which I find surprising. You're going against a Dusa right now.
Yeah, I mean, I think you're just taking the pace, right? They were still taking objective. It's like, what, 3 minutes ago they took Roche, just now they took a tier 2, and now they're hitting another tier 2. Might not be like balls to the walls when it comes to objective taking, but it's a fairly steady pace.
Dire looks like they want to contest this one, which I really think they should. This is their second tier 2 to go down. Super comes in, so it's going to be enough. But I don't really know about BOT Morphling. Like, can you give me a justification for it?
It's a good split push item to hammer in all the waves, and he hasn't gone for the BOT, right? Like,
oh, okay, no, never mind. He changed it. Yeah,
Yeah.
now it's going to be E-Blade.
Did he
yeah, okay,
queue it
I
up?
think E-Blade's much better. Yeah, he queued it up.
okay.
I'm
Yeah,
getting baited all over the place by these queues.
baited. I honestly think he should have gone like straight E-Blade, like a Dragonlance into E-Blade, in my opinion.
Yeah, that's why I guess he got the Lincolns just purely for the regen, which it is really nice. As a Morphling, you want to be able to use waveform and not be like, oh god, I hope I have enough mana for my replicate. You just want to be able to, like, do your farming patterns without feeling hampered.
Yeah. But I would imagine that if he had E-Blade right now, they would be much more confident taking fights, because Ursa could just get taken out of fight.
Yeah.
Like, even if you don't kill him, just reserving that shotgun for after he ults, you just put on him and he can't attack. That's just good enough. Oh, no, he does have the BOT. Looks like it was on the courier flying out on Ame.
Oh, god, the mind games are just unreal. Alright, well, I guess he's just gonna keep chilling and farming while the rest of his 4 heroes are up top. Maybe, I mean, he has his Aegis for a little while longer. No, actually not very much longer, like 30 seconds pretty much. So they didn't really do very much with the Aegis. Nothing that they couldn't have done without it, given how much of a lead that they have right now. I mean, they're like 6k net worth up, and they're just like playing it super conservatively.
Yeah, I think a big part of it is denying the Aegis to Ursa, because who knows what Alpha would be doing now if they had an Aegis on Ursa, and they are, you know, let's say, running shop in the LGD jungle instead. But I hear you. I think they can be pressing a bit more advantage. Granted, we are working with caster vision. We see a lot more. We know how big of a lead they have. Maybe they don't feel like they have as big of a lead.
Yeah, I suppose.
Yeah. But
Although Clockwork is getting itchy. Like, this dude hasn't hooked anyone in a while, and he wants to. He's got his blade mail all ready to go, but...
he
hasn't
could
been
hook
able to show
Victoria
off.
anytime he wants. It's right there.
Yeah, he could.
Easy hook. Yeah, but I guess the general game plan is to kind of wait till Ethereal Blade comes online for your Morphling, which is kind of a long time that you have to wait.
Yeah, it is. And meanwhile, it looks like maybe he's gonna have a Diffusal Blade. He's gonna buy it. It's in his quick buy, but I'm just gonna not
Don't
trust,
trust
that
it,
until I
man.
see anything.
Don't trust his
because
lies.
I'm kind of... I used to like enjoy theorizing about items, and this is kind of taking some of the fun out. Okay, he does go for the Diffusal Blade, which I wouldn't have guessed, but okay.
This is one of my least favorite UI changes. The fact that
Being able to see quick buy?
yeah, I mean it's a good thing to have. Don't get me wrong, but it just takes some of the fun out of the casting because
Exactly, yeah. There's... Yeah. I'm gonna kind of ignore it mentally, I think.
yeah.
Diffusal Blade, wow, what a shocker.
I mean, it definitely helps casters that don't normally do like good item progression
Right.
stuff, like me. So now I get to sound smart and be like, look, he's getting Diffusal Blade. This is good because you get to purge the
Corrosive Haze?
the surge. You can't purge yourself no more.
Oh, yeah.
But you can purge
Oh,
haste.
yeah, you can't purge it. Well, I guess you can purge it off allies, though.
Yeah.
So, I guess that's somewhat useful.
So now you just need to get 5 Diffusal Blade and you do a circle purge, and then you good.
The dream. Pushing up top. They have very, very good vision right now, but looks like Dire wants to defend it anyway. They're smoked up. They're going in. Victoria, please don't get left behind.
Oh no, Victoria.
Radiant's mid tower's getting
Glimpse.
Maybe they will go on the Clockwork instead, because Smoke did break. And yes, in fact, they did go for the Clockwork. Got him. They even popped the ultimate for it. Oh, this is bad.
Okay.
Well, actually, LGD's not going to punish you for it, so it's okay.
Why not? I don't understand. They're playing so safe. I mean, freaking Yao has managed to complete a 4-step during the downtime. Slardar managed to complete a Blink Dagger during the downtime. I don't think it's in LGD's favor to just sit on their hands.
a soldier.
Now I agree with you. 5 minutes ago, I think they could take it slow. Now, they've been taking it way too slow. Super has gone for the good old Yasha into Eye of Scotty, like what a do-nothing build, right? For a long time.
Yeah, well, that's Dusa for you.
Yeah. I mean, Stone Gaze is perhaps something they were concerned about, but it's not going to get any easier.
No, it's not. If you can't kill Medusa at 20 minutes, you're not going to be able to kill her at 40 minutes. Also, I'm surprised that Super didn't go for Mask of Madness. I hear Mask of Madness is the business on Dusa these days.
Okay.
Because it drops your armor, but Mana Shield doesn't really care too much about that. So,
But you can't
yeah.
Mystic Snake no more, dude. You're silent.
I suppose, yes, that's true.
Radiant's top tower's taking a hit.
Well, he's one orb away from Scotty and just letting them take a free
Yeah,
tower.
see, like, I don't understand what LGD is doing. Like, if they're not gonna push, then at least defend. If you're not gonna defend, then, like, what are you waiting for?
They were waiting for that they dare blade. Which, again, I get the idea behind, but it's very risky, right? Because they are essentially waiting for a timing where they're super strong, which is now. But if you don't get a lot of things done with this current timing, and you let that window slip by, you're facing up against Dusa, approaching to the middle
Right.
late game. So, I mean, if this
And-
works out, we all say they're smart and everything worked out fine. But this is also could be a Ruru play, if you know what I mean. Like,
Yeah, I suppose so. Because one of the perks that you mentioned of the E-Blade is you can use it against Ursa and disarm him after his ult is completed. During the time that Morphling has built his E-Blade, Ursa now almost has a BKB finished.
chat says you cannot purge allies either, which I'm inclined to believe.
Really?
Yeah.
That's disappointing.
You can in fact purge Surge though.
Yeah. That's really disappointing because one of my favorite late game plays as a support was to buy a Diffusal and purge Hex off my carries.
You could still do that for a cheaper price. You could just get a Helm Dominator, find a Satyr creep,
Oh, okay.
and it even give you stats.
Even gives me stats.
It's even better, right?
It's even better.
Mid-tower.
How could I have been so blind?
Yeah. Like, no joke. Like, it's actually not good now, or not bad now. But that,
I guess with the move speed, you're kind of right, but
Yeah.
still, it's a melee range purge, whereas Diffusal Blade is 600 range.
I mean,
Still, that sucks. That was one of my least favorite changes of the entire patch, to be honest.
I think it's good because like it just did too much.
Yeah, but
Like-
it nerfed so many heroes. Like Riki got nerfed, PL got nerfed. Like, and in addition to the Diffusal also doing less damage with illusions, like PL got so many indirect nerfs this patch. Bounty runes on it,
But he's got an
bounties on
axe.
illusion, even though it's
He's
flat.
got a new axe.
Yeah, it's so bad though. I built it. The bounce range is only 400, which is like nothing.
Are you sure it's not user error?
I'm a PL authority, my friend. You can check the Dota buff.
Okay.
The data's all there.
All right. Well,
Check this Roche pit as well.
maybe it's getting bashed, but not long enough. Clockwork Hook's gonna get get the Rubik. Oh, he's gonna be fine here. And look at how quickly they just killed the Clockwork. They're still gonna fight this. Here comes a shotgun.
Wow, what a shotgun.
Stone Gaze not happening
So
just
much
yet.
damage.
Yep, it's gonna happen now. Vac Wall though, it's gonna be bigger and better. It's so super on the front line, just hitting everybody down. Well, this is where are they gonna fight into this again? Yes, they are. They say we got the 2 cores alive, and they're gonna go
They have
super.
Aegis.
Okay, shotgun, but he's surged up.
Oh, Mystic Snake gives back some mana.
Yeah, he's fine.
Technical difficulties.
So they lose the team fight, but they're just pushing because they have the stronger cores.
Pretty excited, right?
Yeah, maybe still has Aegis, and I guess with this Manta-style Dragon Lance and the attack speed talent, he takes towers reasonably quickly. And man, he's getting close to level 20, which is a big spike for Shadow Fiend with +2 more damage per soul.
You know,
Although
I've-
he may actually want to get evasion.
I've never seen in a pro game that you take the +2 soul per damage, which
Yeah.
every time I look at it, it's like, dude, that gives you so much damage, especially if you're going for an Aghanims.
Yeah.
But
Oh, that's true. But still, I mean, like, just at base level, it's like 72 more damage, right?
yeah, at least. But 15% evasion is, I mean, evasion's evasion.
Evasion is evasion, that's true. Yeah, that's a tough call. But either way, it's still a big spike for Shadow Fiend.
I think I would take damage in this game because I mean, a big part of your game plan is trying to hit down the Medusa, right? But having evasion against Monet is like super tempting as well.
Yeah. Even though Ursa hasn't been progressing too much, he completed this BKB and did use it in that fight, which I imagine is a big part of the reason why he survived that fight. But now he looks like he's going for what, Abyssal Blade? Yeah.
Yep. I gotta say, one thing that Super has been doing extremely well is his patience on his ultimate, on the Stone Gaze, right? Because a lot of people, I think, would have used the Stone Gaze earlier when PPC got gone on by Jasing. But he really made LGD commit the rest of the cavalry, I guess. And then he
Yeah,
Stone Gaze.
it was definitely a quick follow-up after Yao's Vac wall as well.
Yeah. Then he committed the Stone Gaze, and that was like much more effective, I think.
Oh man, what a flare. Cancelled that Slardar's blink, otherwise this Shadow Fiend was definitely going to get gone in on. Which I actually don't agree on. Like, I don't know why they're trying to fight outside of their base into an Aegis Shadow Fiend.
Yo,
Shotgun?
this is where the he's gonna be fine. They're gonna actually rescue them, and is he gonna go down? Yes, he is.
This is where the what? What were you gonna say? This is where the E-Blade actually pays off? But it didn't.
No, I was gonna say this is where the BOT was really good because what he was able to do was he forced somebody to port back, and then LGD had a 5v4 advantage,
Oh, that's true.
and then I mean Ursa happened. I'm also very kind of impressed with how Ursa was able to stay in this game. Like, he hasn't got a single Aegis. He hasn't been snowballing. Like, he was actually getting wrecked in the lane by the Clockwork, right? But despite of all of that, he's actually still being extremely relevant as just a burst damage dealer, which normally when you see Ursa struggle in the early game, he just kind of falls flat, but he's holding his own.
Yeah, he definitely is. And I think it's also a big part of the reason why this Shadow Fiend hasn't been playing I guess, more aggressively, even though he does have the Aegis. Like, normally whenever you have a Shadow Fiend with an Aegis, you're, like, allowed to do whatever you want.
Right.
But we saw how quickly a Morphling got bursted down. The Shadow Fiend will have just as hard of a time.
I mean, I think you could make the argument that maybe he should be tanking for his team, and he will be doing a little bit of tanking now. Ooh, Monet though, having the good control is like, this is not a fight we want to take, and great discipline by the Xiaowei team just kind of backs off.
Yeah, Aegis is about to time out in basically like 1 more minute, so there's no reason to fight before that.
And would you say that Medusa has come online now, or are we just like one more item?
She's online in terms of base defense, but she can't take fights quite yet. If the
Yeah.
fight comes to her, she can kind of deal with it because of Stone Gaze, but she can't kill people by herself yet.
I really don't think at any point in this game she could like just 1v5. She really still needs
No.
a team, like, because Morphling and Shadow Fiend are just that strong of heroes.
Yeah. Which I don't really know what the I mean, she's going for Butterfly, but even with Butterfly, I don't know if, like, that'll help her too much. Because she's not dying, really. And Butterfly's more like a survivability item. I mean, sure, it's an Agi item on an Agi hero, but there are better damage items, like Maelstrom, for example, I think would be pretty good.
Well, if you're thinking about Maelstrom and upgrading to the Mjolnir, there's the Diffusal Blade to purge off the Lightning Shield, so I'm not sure if that
I
item.
suppose.
Yeah. But I hear you, like maybe an MKB, because you're...
Yeah, MKB would be nice, actually.
Or
especially
Daedalus
because
even.
Shadow Fiend did go for the evasion talent.
Yeah. Man, no love for that...
No
plus
love.
for the damage.
I don't get it. I thought people love big numbers, big red
Oh,
numbers.
here comes
Oh.
Monet. The Ghost Scepter is going to be decent, but not helping him versus... Oh, that Storm, though. That's going to be pretty decent. Just seeing, he's still dying to Ursa. Monet needs to hit the cogs down. Look at how much damage he's taking. Meanwhile, on the backline, Ame shotguns down one. He wants Monet, but Monet takes a quick shower back up. It's the cold water. He feels good. And now Ame in a lot of trouble. That Scotty slowing them down. Xiaowei's going to hit a crush. And guess what? Monet's right back. Stone Gaze allowing them to continue this fight. Maybe has to run, and Ame still by himself. Ursa got glimpsed back to the shrine, but he's back again. And yes, it's gonna be LFY winning fights now. Oh, the
what a
bash! Xiaowei Director losing all the lane, just giving us a little bit of dramatic tension in this script. And LFY now officially in a commanding position. I mean, the goal graph says it's the lead by LGD, but I think LFY is in the lead now.
Yeah, definitely. This is with that was a fight with basically Monet frontline tanking, like you said, bursting. Shadow Fiend used his ult. Monet was BKB'd, and so it didn't really do much. And Monet had, like, I guess, a ton of damage reduction on him because he had the Vengeful Aura. So him being out of the fight for half the time, shrining up, was almost a benefit for LFY. He was just coming in and out, forcing out glimpses from Disruptor, and I mean now they're pushing high ground, very uncontested.
Oops.
Never mind.
Swap into a cog, but Super, he's a tanky fellow. He's actually gonna get pushed out, and meanwhile, the swapped in Venge, that was a sacrificial
Rubik's
one.
Soul swap.
Oh, what a play here! Now maybe in a lot of bad position back. Okay, the Storm is pretty decent kinetic field, but it's not stopping Monet. The 2 Ghost Scepters available, but the Ghost Scepters are running out, and they are getting completely pulverized in their base. LFY will take the Raxes now. Oh my god. This went from like 0 to 60 super fast.
I mean, it went for 0 to 60, but I was seeing the whole thing happen in slow motion like any good car crash. I don't know why LGD was holding on for so long. They had such a strong lead, and then they were just waiting for items that were not necessary to help solidify that lead. They're down to Rax, and Deuce is just going to get to be a bigger and bigger problem.
Yeah, that wasn't even her final form yet. Like, Butterfly wasn't even up in that fight.
No, this is like SSJ1 Medusa right now.
Yeah. I gotta say, that previous team fight at the river, that was such a bad position for LFY to start with, because like the Storm and the kinetic field and the cogs were so good, like they cogged off the rest of LFY. It was just Ursa versus the world in there, right? And you had to tank up so much for so long. But as we're seeing, cogs and static Storm, they don't do any damage. And they don't actually control this Ursa who has Enrage turned on, so I don't know, that is quite big of a concern here.
Yeah, Ursa has his basher completed now. Abyssal will be coming shortly after. And then, like, I mean, we saw how hard of a time Morphling was having in that fight. And, I mean, he tried to finish off the Ursa, got the shotgun off and the adaptive strike, but was not able to do a right-click to finish him off. And enemies are just going to get tankier. Once this Vanguard is completed into the Abyssal for this Ursa, he's not going to take very much right-click damage either.
I wonder how long PPC is gonna hold up the swap.
I would hold on to it until it times out, to be honest.
Yeah.
It's too good of an item. I mean, too good of a spell. Because, like, they're going to start sieging another high ground soon after they take the next tier 2. It's an amazing defensive item. I mean, defensive spell. I don't know why I keep saying item.
I don't know, I feel like I just could see him like swapping himself in and he just dies immediately. Maybe
It's true, but if you can save the Dusa or the Ursa, it's totally worth it.
Yeah. I mean, like, this Ursa is scary now. He's got the full Abyssal finished. Okay.
Yeah, he's terrifying.
Rest of LGD smoked up on the high ground. They cannot allow LFY to get Aegis. If they get Aegis, this game is over. On Super.
Yeah, and about 1 more minute until Roche comes up, so this is going to be a hotly contested area for the next 60 seconds. The GD, that maybe is revealed.
Okay.
Yeah, and smoke times out.
Ame has been making it a priority to steal the Dusa illusion every time, which is, you know, a good thing to do. And lots of stats on this, you get farm with it. Look at him go.
Yeah, maybe he'll go for that plus 30 replica damage, plus 30% replica damage at 25 though.
Ah, never really thought about it being important, but this game is the best talent, right?
Yeah, definitely. Thing is, I don't know if he's gonna hit 25 before this game ends.
Oh, I could see them dragging on the game a little bit. Oh, Ursa. I heard him blink forward. How much damage does a regular replica do? I can't see because it doesn't have the...
Oh yeah, it's active right now. I think it's 100%. Or it takes 100%. I think it deals like 70%.
So you're gonna have a...
80. No, it deals 80%.
So you're gonna have a 110
Right.
damage
110
output.
Dusa.
That's really good, right?
Yeah, especially because Dusa has been building a lot of stat items. She's got Butterfly, she's got Scotty, and so a lot of her damage, which I can't believe I have to freaking... How do I tell between green damage? Oh, okay, I can see.
Yeah, you have to
Wait,
have
no,
it.
I can't.
No,
I still can't tell.
If you put your mouse over the damage number,
Yeah.
the big pop-up, right?
Yeah. Oh, swap. Never mind. Stop that.
Oh,
Dusa's
okay,
just
back
face tanking
wall.
all of
Yeah,
this.
she is tanking all of it. Here comes the Stone Gaze, and Ame's already in there. Look at Ame's HP bar. It's going down fast. Ame, strength morphing up, but it's not going to be enough to actually withstand Ursa's damage output. And, well, thanks for the initiation, I guess.
Super's left behind, though.
Okay, they actually buy back.
No more mana. She's kind of in a tough place. Gets shotgun down.
Okay, it's time to retreat now. Unless she buys back and TPs to the Shrine Yao in a lot of trouble. I don't think Dusa actually wants to buy back for this. Clockwork Cook, she has to buy back. No, there's no Shrine for her to TP to. PPC's gonna be dead. Meanwhile, Xiaowei on the backline trying to help out his fellow teammates. Just seeing, thinking about they need to extend this team fight. Ursa gets purged up, and here comes Dusa very slowly, but she's in the fight. Meanwhile, Xiaowei, he gets caught out on the left side. Xiaowei's gonna be dead as well. Meanwhile, Monet blinks back in. He finds Victoria. They don't have a diffusal blade. This is a very bad spot now for Alpha. They don't have the slaughter anymore for initiation and re-engagement. This could be the fight where Alpha will lose the whole game from.
That was such a massive mistake to leave that Dusa behind in that kinetic field. I mean, like, I know you see what happens in the fight, and you're like, oh, okay, we're in really good shape. Never mind.
Oh, it's not over yet.
Go on.
Okay, they get the 1 kill, but they actually can go in. No, Monet blinks in. The vacuum back. There's a cheese on the ground. Somebody, for the love of God, pick it up. No, Ami's the one who's going to pick it up. Okay, denied. Okay, pretty same. And now Ursa's going to be dead. They have to rescue Super. Super's in there. He's mantling. He's fighting. He's fighting against everybody. It's him against the world, and he's not winning this fight, Butterfly or not. And it's going to be LGD taking this team fight 100 seconds without Medusa. And that's going to be it, I think.
No. No, that was just poorly executed by LFY. They were way too greedy. Like I was saying originally, they should not have left that Deuce behind in the kinetic field. That has set a whole lot of unfortunate events in motion, and it seems that Morphling was able to pick up a Dusa illusion right before she died as well, so she's gonna help out in this push.
Well, that was
And
just that was mistake number 1, right? Leaving Dusa in, but mistake number 2 was like hanging around the Roche area, and I get why they need to do that. They need to prevent the Aegis from going the other direction, but the fact that they did not have a shrine to TP to, and Dusa took so long to get to the fight, they just got caught out one by one by just Sing. And well, I don't think LFY is GGing out yet, because Dusa is one of those heroes that could beat Mega Creep. So I called it GG, and you can see that LGD is taking triple Raxus here, but we could be in it for a while. Ame? Ame? Okay, that's Aegis. What a clockwork
what a hook.
Okay, but they're okay. Glimpse back though. No, they're gonna lose Slaughter as well. He gets pushed back again. Back. Wall. Monet's gonna back in. Okay, but Ame's actually not being focused. Ame's actually in the base. He's hitting. Oh no, Monet does not have his ultimate defensive swap, but he's dead to the Adaptive Strike. And I'm not sure whether they can even hold the throw anymore. They've lost so many heroes in such a short span of time. That was just a celebratory requiem being channeled. Exactly sure what that was about. They haven't won the game just yet. GG's not being called.
He wanted to play the song of his people, the finest Requiem.
Okay, and Dusa is standing behind here. It looks like the Medusa illusion being made. Glimpse back into Kinetic Field, into a Static Storm. They want to burst her down. Manta's out of the storm. Pretty decent Stone Gaze, but out of mana. Shotgun. Oh, the sliver of HP. He's alive. He's safe. Tier 4 is alive. And everyone's very low in HP. Yao is trying to dodge Adaptive Strike coming his way or something. He's waiting for Dusa. I'm not sure if Dusa's salving up or not, but tier 4s are down. Last hurrah, he gets glimpsed back into the fountain. Go away, Heathen. And now Super's back again. Kinetic Field not going to hit him this time. He just wants to tank as much as possible, but Ame waves from to behind, and finally GG gets called. They recognize they cannot actually defend their throne.
Xiaowei does not want to encourage this kind of bad behavior. Super's gonna get kills, but he wants the game to end. He does not want this kind of foolish buyback play coming in ever again.
That was a throw. That was an LGD throw. LFI caught it and threw it right back, but harder. Oh my god.
Catch.
They were.
Dad and son, forever young.
Just like 5 to 7 minutes ago, we were saying how ahead they were. They took down the bottom lane of Rax after actually 2 big team fights. And all they had to do was just wait. They had Dusa.